Oh, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And today you're joining me here at Norton Motorcycles in Solihull, where I'm going to be test riding the new Commando 961. So if you want to see what that's all about and how I feel about it, watch the rest of the video and I'll catch you later. Wow, it is really narrow. The first thing I've noticed is it's really hard to grip the bike with the knees. It's so narrow. Lovely. This bike sounds amazing. Wow, so the day so far we had a little tour of the factory before the ride, and that was quite enlightening and amazing. Just, you know, obviously the Norton, the TVS Norton, the new Norton, or shall I say the new Norton, has really got a job to restore the reputation and earn back trust because of what happened with the previous regime. And for the sounds of it, it looks like they're actually doing that, like they're overcompensating in terms of the quality control that they're doing, checking all the parts. We went through the sort of the assembly line, and the sort of quality control that they're doing. Reducing the number of suppliers that the guy was saying at the end of the Gardner era. They had 700 suppliers and they've got that down to 70 now, and still having to recheck all the parts that they still have from the previous owners, or the backlog and stuff. So quite impressive. The bikes are single vehicle approved, so they're individually, every single one of them individually inspected by the DVLA, which is obviously quite expensive for them to do, and it does that to the cost of the bikes, so that's to be expected. So obviously, because they're single vehicle approved, they don't have to pass the Euro regulations, which means that they can be a little bit more noisy. They don't have to conform to the emissions regulations, but again, it does make them more expensive. And obviously it's a very expensive bike compared to what you would term as the competition for it, you know, maybe the Thruxton or the Speed Twin from Triumph, or bikes of that similar nature. But this is for people buying into a brand. They're not buying necessarily a motorcycle, they're buying the brand, they're buying the lifestyle, they're buying the British air-cooled noisy machine. Full neutral. Yeah, that's fine. Everybody's been super nice at the factory, telling us all about it. The guys have obviously been working really, really hard. There's always a twat somewhere, isn't there? The factory is very impressive. with all the equipment they have there, all the processes that they've obviously acquired from TVS, which assembles bikes for BMW in India. Anyway, enough about the factory. This bike, Norton Commando 961 Sport SP. So this has got the normal bars, not the Cafe Racer clip-ons. I love the twin clocks. I think that's, you know, for people who are buying into this lifestyle, into the brand, into the experience, that's exactly what they want. All the parts seem very high quality. What a noise. It does vibrate an awful lot on the footpegs though. The brakes are fantastic. Oh, and the rumble. Can you hear that? It's just like a low growl and rumble. Seating position wise, it's fairly sporty. The bike feels really small, turns really nicely and easily, very flickable. The foot pegs, the rider foot pegs, don't have a spring in them, so if you flick them up with your leg or your foot on the way up, then they won't return. So you have to kind of kick them back down. I think that's something they potentially are going to be looking at and changing, because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I can understand it for the passenger foot pegs, for the pillion foot pegs, but not for the rider. As a rider, you want that foot peg to be there. I just had to kind of flick the foot peg with my foot as I left there, because you know, on the way up, my you know, your leg sometimes. Oh, look at this road. Your leg sometimes touches the foot peg, and if you flick it up, it will stay up. You won't return with the spring. I know it's of a different era, but this will give you that sort of 1960s British sports bike, air-cooled twin, grunty, noisy, hopefully not leaking as much oil. I think this bike will scare a lot of horses. Let's put it that way. Oh, tunnel! But yeah, it's amazing how, you know, how hard work has been, and it will be for these guys to shed the sort of bad rap that they got from the previous regime. But you know, they're trying, they're doing their best. They're, as I said, overcompensating perhaps, and I hope they succeed. Obviously, this is going to be a niche bike for a niche market. I think they're aiming for customers of a certain age. They can't really export it. because it doesn't pass the normal regs, so they can't at the moment sell to like North America and Europe, although they have apparently had a lot of interest, or at least they claim that they have. Yeah, the brake cylinders here are all radially mounted. It has a hydraulic clutch, so no cables there. Yeah, Brembo, it's dripping in Brembo and dripping in Öhlins and quality components, this bike is. So you're certainly spending money on those components. You're spending money on the single vehicle approval, SVA process, on the overhyped, over-engineered quality control, because they're kind of making up for the previous regime. And the guy who took us on the tour, this could be a little bit of a sales pitch, but he's saying eventually in a few years, when they have got the homologation sorted out, obviously the bikes are going to be different. They're going to have to be toned down for the Euro 5 or 6 standard they're going to have to pass, and so this is an opportunity to acquire something which is a little bit different, a little bit unique. Obviously he would say that he is from Norton, he's trying to sell it, but you can make your own judgment as to whether that makes sense or not. I think it does add up to a certain extent, and it's because of the scarcity value, the rarity value of these, it's unlikely that you will lose a lot of value if you invest in one, but you have to have quite a few bob to put down, and presumably you're buying it because you want to use it. So yeah, it's a fair amount of money to spend, but if this is what you want, very agile. So yeah, I mean it's a modern bike, just with the classic vibe. It's a modern bike in most aspects, apart from the fact, of course, that it's not liquid cooled, it's air cooled, so it will be a little bit low on power because of that. Today is about 12-13 Celsius, so it shouldn't overheat too much. It'll be interesting to see how it does on a summer's sunny day. Hopefully you won't get stuck in traffic riding one of these, but air cooled 960cc, it could get quite hot, so something to think about. But I don't think nobody's going to be buying these to commute and get stuck in traffic. They'll be getting it for a sunny day blast to the biker hotspot to be gawked at, really. And if I had the money and the space in the garage, yeah, I think I would, just for that special occasion, a special occasion. I mean, if you're gonna look at this bike, you're not really looking at something that's going to win the coffee shop pissing contest in terms of the specs, the power, the torque, and whatever electronic toys, because it doesn't really have any. You're going to be wanting this bike because it's going to be special, it's going to be kind of rare and unique, and it's going to give you that feeling. So it's more of a, it's not a rational buy, this bike. It's an emotional buy. You can hear it burbling behind me. For somebody my size, in height, so I'm 5'7" with a 30-inch inseam, or 170 centimeters with a 76 centimeter inseam. It's very comfortable in terms of ease of reach to the floor, ease of reach to the foot pegs. You're quite a bit canted forward, so you've got that kind of slightly sporty riding position. You're not set upright. You're not on clip-on, so you're not down at the into a full tuck. Although you could do it, you could get there if you wanted to. Bit of mud here. You could sort of tuck in. Yeah, and it's basically going to give people of a certain generation all of the feel and experience that they're harking for. It vibrates an awful lot when you rev it. You can feel it all the way in your feet, through the foot pegs, on your toes. It really vibrates. The mirrors vibrate quite a lot. Anyway, so those are my thoughts, my experience of doing this demo day and this little short test ride on the Norton Commando 961 Sport, or SP. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, anything I haven't covered. Do leave a comment, do leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whether to reflect whether you like the video or not. And if you haven't already done so, why don't you subscribe to the channel? I would really appreciate it. I've enjoyed being on this ride. I've enjoyed having you along and making the video. I hope you've enjoyed as well. I hope to see you in the next one. But for now, from the Midlands, this is NooBiker.